world. He got the final kill in the series versus Miami, right? It was a lightning bolt in this room, so he's feeling the best he's ever felt.
The players are ready to rock, so are we. It's time to lock in your scuff pick'ems. Allie, you're closing in, 2 away.
I'm 2 behind.
And as the leader, you gotta go first.
Yeah, I'm going Gentlemates in this one. The overload auto loss and this crowd, they're gonna win.
Gentlemates, Chance.
It's a matter of principle. I have an immense amount of respect for Envoy. He's not a player you can drop and improve. I'm taking G2.
Okay. Going G2.
I'm sure this is breaking a lot of Gentlemates' hearts because we have to do this to him. I'm going to pick the Gentlemates in this one.
Gentlemates, to the stage we go. It's
Oh, yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, the first team coming out, straight from Minnesota, please welcome the G2 Minnesota! Crab! Envoy! Skies! And Nasty! Ladies and gentlemen, they are the Paris Gentlemen!
The only thing that really feels like it's changed so far throughout the day is maybe the lubrication and liquidation. Back and forth we go. Paris currently, though, in the hill with the early time.
Yeah, and they have stature control immediately. Look at such a long route being hit from Envoy, and this is why you pick up a player like that, because that is a game-changing moment there immediately for G2, but they do not lock in the spawns for blue side, so this 30 seconds could go either way.
Oh, but they have a little bit of a read here that Sid could be making this play. He's tagged. Has to take this battle. Not a comfortable one as Nasty continues to dance with him. That's going to be 4 dead. Now you're going to have a chance to have a pushover, but interestingly enough, Nasty a little bit slow. Mostly hit off of that last gunfight. Cannot get over fast enough, so now it's on to Kremp to try to influence the spawns. He's going to get overwhelmed by 2 Paris members, and the Gentlemates are able to find 3 kills on the map.
Yeah, G2 just wanted to guarantee that time and didn't really force any potential spawn outs and set up Paris for an easy pinch opportunity. So you wait for all 4 players to come off the respawn. Just unfortunately that Envoy doesn't pick up that early kill, but right through the front door, G2 are already in their face.
The sound again to win the gunfights. Kremp able to find 1. Spawn will be right immediately there for G2 Minnesota. Kremp on 3 in a row. Looking for number 4 over the top of the map. He's able to find JoeDeceives. Absolutely key. G2 win the rotation, but no trophies. Sib's able to hit the double nade. Envoy last one left alive has to play his life.
Yeah, it's a massive double frag grenade out of Sib, and he's able to also find one with the NPCs, but it's still going to be the spawns here for G2. You're trying to make this mixy. Nasty with that NPC in hand is going to set off the engagements, but Estrio responds with 2. Ghosty finds the final, and finally Paris have the back spawns.
Boy, almost able to sneak in through the side door to make a mess of that last 20, but not going to happen. Paris able to reclaim the lead for the first time this game. Nasty now M15 in hand. Rotation focus here for G2, and they're going to find a lot of map control off this roto.
All right, they're so free over at this P3. Now you're going to start to create some extra space and try to lock down this stature control so you can eliminate that tunnel route. But it's a 12-point difference. G2 have so much time to make up for it here, but you see the spawns are sporadic. Paris have 2 players, now make it 3 over towards that yellow side. They shut down the guy working on the pinch. G2 are still managing to hold.
They're looking really good. This tunnel control has just manifested so much space for the ARs to keep their focus up, either blue or yellow, wherever the spawns happen to come through. Next attempt here for Paris, feeling the pressure, wanting to get into the hard point, at least contest some of this time. 2 for 1 the exchange. Kremp trying to get himself active with the NPC, has help with Envoy, but now he's one of the last ones standing. Not able to win the gunfight there as Ghosty and the rest of Paris will flood in from yellow.
Yeah, now you're going to push them back. All of G2 swanning over towards that blue side, and you have players like JoeDeceives watching the OE. They're thinking this final 20 is going to be ours. They keep on finding the trades. Estriel sitting at 666, but he's dominating in that hill time. Yeah. But it's about that time to start thinking about new. It's going to be a one-on-one between Joe and Kremp.
Kremp just needs to keep his life here and pull some of this Paris defense back off the rotation. But Kremp will fall. So will Skies and Envoy on the old time. Brilliant moment here for Paris. Last one left is Nasty. He really can't do anything besides sit and wait.
Yeah, this is a pull-away moment right here for Paris, because now you got some trophy systems to lock down this front side of the P4, and there's so much space already guaranteed. If you hit the OE, you got to get past me on my prone position if you are Sib. And now he knows I have the advantage. Nice. My teammates block the back, and he can set up the dirty pinch.
Here comes the play, though, from the front. G2 trying to find a way to get in from the front, but the pinch is here, and Paris are able to clear the field. What a route, what a setup. Let's take a listen in with the comms of the gentlemen.
To the below. Nice, 2v1. Okay, listen, one in here, 2 front and 1 P1 power.
Outer hill, 3, AP me. 3 on the hill, 3 on the hill.
Nice, take your time, I'm coming.
One shot outside, back to time. He's laying down back to time.
There's 3 on time, 3 times. 3 times, okay. Take your time. Alright, what's the game plan? Nice, slow down. Adder. I'm trying Adder. Nice.
Actually, all spawning there, it's fine.
One could spawn, got it. Back up, dude. 1 shot.
Nade to their side as well. IP2.
Alright, dude. Keep me tunnel. Statue, dead! Yo, 1 P1. Soft side. Their door. Nice, I'm looking to the right.
TK, go fast.
They're flipping my way.
I got one on the side door.
Nice. 3. I'm already on P4.
I got time. Let's go.
Alright, ready, go?
There's one AP2.
Yeah, okay, hard. I'm trying to get statue.
I'm gonna
Yo, statue! From me, dead!
Yo, shatter blue, Caesar.
Shatter blue, dead! Nice. Second him, let's go, shatter blue! I don't think you go back up.
Yo, there's one blue,
Pick the right.
I'm P4.
I'll get tunnel.
Kremp is boat.
Alright, I'm P4. Okay, I'm coming up the right. I give him tunnel. I cannot tunnel.
What's going on?
I'm going deep. I'm right here.
Yeah, they went to the door. Two here. I'll get tunnel.
Back right, one to dead.
I've across Kremp.
Back right, Kremp. Half health.
Guys, 2 more.
3. Oh, wait, 2. One more back blue. One trade.
All in the back. One front, maybe.
One front. For sure, one front.
Outer statue now weak. Outer statue.
One shot, you Dan. Nice, take your time. Yeah, take your time.
There's one. I'm top mid, 2 on time. There's 2 on time.
Coming. Spawn back on me.
One dead.
Nice.
3 outer weak. One's left and one's right. One shot outer. Yo, 2 outer. Both in or now. Outer. Really weak outer.
One more back.
Just nade out. Wait a second. Hold time mid, I'll look over you.
Take your time.
He's too close.
Nice.
One shot.
I repeat on pitch.
Chill.
Nice.
Good job.
On this side of the area. One shot. One more. One shot time.
He's one shot.
Two there, boys. Make sure out there. Alright, let's slow down, okay?
Front, absolute. There's 2 there. Getting in the top mid. Yeah, one statue, one's going top mid. Watch your pinch. Guys, I need help.
I'm up,
please.
I'm fighting up, boys.
Great moment from Paris, through 1 into 2, but the recovery from G2, how necessary is that now, only down 20, and they have the rotation to do.
Yeah, that was desperately needed, man, because now the guns are starting to get hot. Skies with this NPC in hand is on 4 in a row, and you're only going to be down by less than 20. You're forcing the gentlemen to start to hit some of these long runs. They have all of blue control, and now they find 2 kills. This should lead to an early break.
Nashville's been very key for Paris on some of these entries. Skies 5 in a row, though, is trying to wait for the regen. Has a little bit of help over the top. Nasty providing that. Sib able to find that final elimination, but has to play his life a little bit longer while Paris are still spawning up. G2 will have 2 more members here to reinforce Skies, who might not even need help whatsoever, but the nade does come through, shut down the Hellstorm. Nasty, the last one left alive for 2, but Paris will spawn up and get the scrap.
Yeah, but they lose the spawns for new. So now you got to retract back over through this yellow position, and Ghosty, unfortunately, is going to challenge an NPC up close and personal. So you give G2 an opportunity, and now they're looking to make the most of it, but now you're dying off the rotation. Not ideal. Envoy single-handedly has to lock down this OE, but he's one shot, and he's just trying to at least assist Skies in that position.
Well, you get some separation here if you're Envoy. Pistol off though for Sibs able to win the battle. That should move the spawns around a little bit. The hard point is open. Then G2 able to find 2 more members from the front. They're going to get the 3rd player to spawn right as soon as they find that kill. So now it's just down to can Sib hold from inside the hard point. He's got G2 members flying all over the place, and Minnesota secure the break.
And this was the hill previously that was dominant from Paris. Basically held it for a full 60, but now G2 doing the same exact thing on the potential comeback. Sky's creating so much space, but it's going to be a long route being hit from JoeDeceives, and not a single player from G2 are watching it.
Yeah, Nasty's more focused on the front. He loses his life. Sib able to also connect onto an aid, so now Skies has to keep his eyes forward, and there's just not enough members on the field to watch the long route coming through. Huge cause and effect. 10-point game growing as Paris are going to get the scrap.
Yeah, just keeping the lead in their favor. Now trying to fight for early stature control to chain it over towards that P1, but they lose 2 key gunfights. So now it's going to fall into the hands of Joe. Envoy is going to be a guy that never gets caught off guard, but the gunny not going to be there. That's going to be 3, make it all 4. Dead spawns flip, Paris in control.
And now what do you do if you're G2 spawning at P4? Do you really feel like you just have to hit the statue, but Sid is watching it? Envoy gets a very good trade, but Joe is still in the way. What a set of shots out of JoeDeceives, now on 4 in a row. Back to over even on the KD, and he knows that G2 are hitting the long route around the back. He's going to get number 5 in a row with still potentially more in front of him.
Yeah, they keep on setting up these dirty pinches. They don't care if they keep on flipping out the spawns because they are knowing where all the information and where the pressure is going to be coming from. Estriel pops another double. Sib finds a single, and that's another clean 4 dead. The slaying is too strong for the Gentlemen-mates.
On P1, Paris have been unbelievable. Legitimately unbelievable. Can G2 manifest another miracle rotation here like they had last time we were in this set? Look at the route from Ghosty. The timing is so exquisite, especially if his teammates can find kills from the front. They get the first. Here's the pinch now fully realized through mid-map. Ghosty able to find 1, but they've lost a member of G2's Envoy, but Estriel and Ghosty combined for that elimination too, and now G2 are just having to play their lives. They need to win these gunfights.
Yeah, now it's a 4v2 off this rotation. A big frag again coming out of Sib. You got to take care of Nancy. You got to take care of Sky. But so far, they are managing this in a man-down situation. Estriel still shining. They breached that 200-point mark, but G2 are in the time.
And G2 are going to spawn all the way out. These last 2 members just have to hold. You just have to hold your life here if you're G2. Hit from the front does not quite get there. Reinforcements can now flood here for Minnesota. And look at the patience from Joe and Ghosty. They know that they can sit here and just keep blocking spawns. Wait for your teammates to win a couple of gunfights, and they may have just found the 2 that they need. Ghosty now making his way into the hard point, and another 3-man feed. Envoy too far out of the play.
This final 25 seconds that you want to get if you are the Gentlemen-mates, and G2 are not willing to give it up, so you still have players like Kremp hitting this long route, sitting at 19 and 28. This map used to be named after him, and that's a good moment to strike. He finds 2, make it 3. A good 10 seconds to get, and now you can potentially beat them off the rotation.
You've got numbers. Envoy starts you off with the first blood on top of that. Follow up. No, Ghosty's able to get 2. That does keep things a little bit less comfortable here for G2, even though they will have some tunnel control to start. Envoy able to turn that into a bit of a blunder as he finds himself a double.
Trying to open up the lane on the pinch, but it's a quick trade coming out from Sib. It's a 2v2 in towards the time, and G2 are still making it mixy.
Yeah, Joe can't get traded. He can't get traded, and he's going to turn that into now 3 in a row. That's win condition now built for Paris. G2 are coming off spawn staggered. Envoy's taking a long route. He has to win 1.
Has to work.
To get something from the front at the same time, though. And Sib's able to shut down 1. Here now, it's all about from the front. 241 to 186. Joe peppering up some shots, but cannot find the kill. Follow-up from Sib not going to be there. Ghosty trying to force the action. He's going to get 2. Oh my God! What a triple from Ghosty! Can they finish the map here? It sure feels like it. What a statement! Had in each other has really shown. Sky's opening snipe from Grandma's over towards top barn, but they'd set up for Paris, able to find Sib. Estriel will respond. 3v3 we stay.
Yeah, Estriel with a quick response there. Not a single player from Paris in a position to play that trade. So now, a minute left to go. Nasty's able to spot Estriel being super aggressive, and somehow, some way, he wins that fight. Paris with the man up.
Estriel's feeling it. You can just tell. He doesn't take chows like that all that often. But he did have help. Joe was playing through mid. Good route from Kremp, able to find 1. Knows there's a second nearby, doesn't want to try to take that gamble. Sniper shot for Skies blindly through the wall, not going to connect. Now Kremp will change the angle, but Joe was never seen, never guarded, and that's going to be the bomb down in a 1v2 for Kremp.
He has 40 seconds to get this one done. Kremp lives for these moments. Shot's not good enough to take down Joe. And now both players in Paris rallying together.
They know he's got to try to find a way to rotate. A couple of hit markers do come through. They're going to combine together, and just too much. Trying to get aggressive over through mid, but there is another player here. Nasty's trying to watch the re-wrap back.
Yeah, Krabs just trying to get something going, man. He's usually the island player for this team, the guy that finds the openings. It hasn't led to success so far. Early man advantage. Estriel, you know, is going to go for the chow, and that's because he's got a JoeDeceives behind him. But Sid gets isolated 2v2.
That's a really good correction from G2 in the mid-round, mostly off of Nasty winning mid-map and then re-wrapping through trains. And now everything pauses and resets. 50 seconds, 2v2.
No need to force anything if you are the Gentlemates. Play for the information and then make your mid-round adjustments after. And Ghosty, unfortunate COD timing, but has the info now. Rips on Bomboy, and Nasty now left in a 1v2.
And Nasty knows he can't shell that angle. No chance. So Bomb will actually wrap over to B here. And may give Nasty a small, I mean small window to try to isolate on the backside of the train yard. Joe gonna bounce over and watch this immediately. Shots are out. Nasty can't find him. Joe on it.
Nate is able to connect though. You already have SMG presses in towards Bricks, but Joe is somehow, some way able to get out. Regardless, Nasty still finds that first split onto Civ. So with Bricks control, we gotta get this planted.
Oh, but they don't anticipate the push down. I was about to say G2 is in a really trepidatious spot because your first blood's on the other side of the map. So you're thinking, hey, we've got numbers, but Paris' defense are like, we've got A. And now the pinch is on the back one side of 10, and G2 may get stuck here. Joe's able to find one more. Estriel's pinch timing is perfect, and Nasty's stuck.
It's a 1v3 for Nasty. He has the bomb in hand, wins the first gunfight, but cannot get out. Paris Gentlemates. These adjustments on defense are stellar because
the touch, but Joe's still looking for the kills. He'll get himself on number 6, but the nade is able to connect for 2, and an opportunity here for G2 with numbers.
It's a massive frag grenade out of Skies to give his team the numbers. And now they're not just going to slow down. They're not going to forfeit this map control. You have 2 players pushing through the train yard. Well, Caesar Skies Bueno is holding the push through. Just now he's going to be overwhelmed. He's able to spot one through back alley, and he only has a sniper.
So able to push him off the angle. Bomb collected by Ghosty. Tags from Kremp dissuade the plant. Envoy steps up to make sure there's no follow-up. And now it looks like the call for Paris is, can we isolate Skies? But he's giving himself a lot of breathing room.
Yeah, there's only 30 seconds left. We can no longer try to sniff out where this guy has went. We have to eventually commit on this objective play. So Skies is just scouting on this side of the map, but they know the play's at B.
Yeah, they do. Skies is going to see that now. Going to try to make his way back up towards top barn. Sid in some trouble here. Skies able to find one, but the immediate trade is in, and G2 are on the roll. But the foul from Envoy gives us a pinstripe 2v2.
Skies has a sniper, and Sib probably has one on the other end, and Skies is able to get the better of Sib on this one. So now it's all left up to Ghosty. You know he has a tremendous clutch factor in his back pocket, but you're not giving up this position if you are Skies. You got him, but the nade doesn't connect, so he can reset.
Yep, he's able to get back over, and it looks like G2 are just going to hit in towards the mid. Do they know he's got an AR? Sure feels like they do. And there will be a plant 2v1. Ghosty going to have to reset through barn.
No tax to use. Strictly gonna hear from Ghosty. Both players from G2 playing real tight in towards Bricks. Skies is not able to spot him on that cross, but this route is gonna take so long.
And it's being largely watched by Envoy over the top of the bomb heady. He's only responsible for making sure nobody dives into the site or plays through window. Ghosty able to get himself an SMG. A couple of spam shots coming through.
Now with 30 seconds left, it's a 2v2.
But look at Nasty at mid-map. He sees the play and backs away. At least I thought he saw Ghosty. Surely he did. Now you're going to have to crash through Bricks. G2 have guessed their post plant incorrectly. It's going to have to be a retake.
Yeah, these are the rounds that Paris love to get away with, just clutching up when they are not supposed to. But in a 2v2, allowing the play to come to them. Time is starting to tick. I'm wondering if Skies is going to have a sniper pistol. That's why he's taking this slow and steady approach.
Very well, maybe, or maybe trying to find another weapon to use. Skies, tag, Ghosty can't finish. Focus back over to Nasty now as he's trying to clear out the A site. Nearby is JoeDeceives. But Joe is going to play pop-up here. Skies trying to re-wrap back over through 10. Can they get the isolation? They need to find the isolation onto Joe. Able to get some shots in. First one's come through, and Ghosty is so far away. But does he have the time to get back over and stop the defuse? That's all you need to do. Shots are out. Kill comes through. Plenty of time for the defuse, and we're tied at 3.
Oh, that was the wrong spot that he loves to play. It's already been 30 seconds gone, and Joe, unfortunately, is going to get isolated. But Sib with the MPC, he's able to strike this round.
That MPC will slow G2 down just a touch, unless they want to try to bait and switch this. But the defense is rotating over. Most importantly, Estriel. Krampus is going to try to create some noise here over towards the backside, and they're going to trust that Skies is going to be the vanguard of this rotation back to B.
Yeah, he's got to take space immediately at this B point.
Just watching the cross.
So 40 seconds left. The only thing Paris have is if they go through that small room. Skies with a sniper pistol on 4 in a row, trying to eliminate all these angles around Barn. But they have rotated, and Paris are ready for this push.
Gotta keep in mind, they've not seen Ghosty back here yet. Sib will be the first one to drop, though. Cannot get across the middle of the map. Ghosty does make his presence felt. That's the bomb down. 2v2. Paris gonna re-wrap back over to the front side at Barn. Can they get isolation on the Cramp? Shots are decent. Can they find the shots through the wall? Yes, they can. And a follow-up though from Skies able to find one. Not the second pistol for Ghosty again.
More trades, I'm telling you, Paris have possessed it with all of their players. But they're going to rotate over towards 10. It's on Cramp.
It's Cramp's able to find one. That's all you need. Smoke trying to keep himself alive. If he gets a second, it'd be a freaking miracle. Pistol coming through for Ghosty. He can't find the shots. Cramp's able to get out of there. Now help is on the way. A site reinforced. And Paris will respect that. 2v2. Look at the space though from Envoy.
Envoy has the cross if they decide to go B. You have the map on lock. 30 seconds left. You spot out Ghosty, but you're still unaware where Estriel is.
And Estriel's going to say, Ghosty, just come on back to A. If Cramp, or pardon me, if Envoy's not going to play inside the A site, we've got SMGs. We got this, brother. It'll be a last-second plant, essentially, here. And G2 will have to play retake.
Yeah, just going unaware of where Estriel is. Forces them to think the play has to be developing at B, but Estriel peaks at the wrong time. 17 HP, trying to finesse the wall bang's good enough. All up to Ghosty. He also falls.
Cramp, he sees a shadow, pops open for one, not able to get the second. Joe with the shutdown. Snipe out for Skies. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. Misses the first shot. Estriel, he's not going to make the same mistake that Civ did. But you can't clear this site with a scope. Surely you cannot clear this site with a scope.
Oh, and they don't gather the info onto Joe. Nasty. You know, Estriel is up close, but they at least put themselves in a position to potentially get this bomb planted.
This still doesn't feel great, and they're going to make the late rotation to play it over towards B. And the timing is going to work out beautifully.
What a call.
This sets up G2 so much better. It just comes down to, can Skies hold off this rotation? He's playing over towards mid-yellow, not able to find the timing. Joe's able to find the kill. Just down to Nasty, 1v2.
Now he's going to play the rat game. He wants the game clock to play a big part here. A little bit of hide and go seek. The gentleman still trying to locate where he is, but now he puts himself in a really good spot.
Go for shots come through. Nasty's in trouble, trying to re-wrap back over. Not going to be able to get over the top. It's Estriel with the last kill. And all of a sudden, Paris trying to flood through small. They're going to get there.
Yeah, they're not allowing G2 to play this slow and steady, wins the race game again. Smoke grenade gets you out through small there. Now you're trying to overwhelm with the pressure over at Barn. But G2 aren't being frantic.
Civ able to do some scalping up on the top as Joe's with a follow-up for one. Looking for more as he's on 4 in a row, but it's Estriel who finds Skies. Nasty through mid-map, trying to hold off the rotation, but Cramp gets shut down, and the final kill off screen has Paris up 2-0.
Another fringe search and destroy for the gentlemen.
Trust the veterancy on this roster.
Look at this route already.
I know it, dude. Estriel's in gills. Already, though, Nasty throwing a couple of shoulders. He should try to kill enough time for the trade to be there, but hold on a second. Envoy's got to watch 2 things at once.
Oh, my
He's
God.
coming through, and Joe's able to win one with the pistol. Moving over, it's Estriel guarding, and it's an opening score for JoeDeceives.
That's just way too fast, man. Estriel goes uncontested right through the middle of the map. Plays for a couple of spawn kills, and then JoeDeceives with the pistol in hand. And already off the reset, a lot of presence on this side of the map.
And you could see it even right there from Envoy. He was just like, I got to watch the guy I'm playing through. But wait, there's the MP carrier. You just get caught. And now you got Joe running it down throats. Sib right there with him. Space now gained over through Dojo. Follow up
Oh,
Joe's
my God.
3 in a row. Sib now starting to make a route for Estriel to possibly come through the middle of the map. He's going to find one. Opportunity to get a second score on the board, and it's already there. 2-0 Paris.
And look at how...
Needs to get to find it on the Ghosty. Pistol shots from Cramp are in, and G2 are on the board.
Finally, they get there first. It took some heroic plays from their SMGs. Cramp almost turns and burns there onto Joe. But the reset now in the middle of the map. Battle for the map control. Paris are able to clear out their spawn, and now you got Joe lead blocking at A.
He's got a lot of space here, and the jump onto Nasty. Pressure to G2, who are going to get pushed on both sides of the map now, because you've got Civ on the other side. So pending, you don't just get ran through mid on this defensive setup. This is going to turn in some significant control around the back, and you can see G2 turn their heads. Where their spawn's going to be up top towards P4, sure are. Nasty just needs to find a way to join his teammates because these trades over the middle of the map are generating a chance here for G2 to potentially still extend this overtime.
Yeah, you don't really want to take the risk of potentially giving up that mid-map control and losing control of that EMP dead center. But it's JoeDeceives locating 3. You're out of the play if you are Kremp or you're still in it. But the pistol
50 seconds ago. And now Joe's on 7. One more chance here for Paris, but the nades from G2 are going to push it back. The Hellstorm has been earned.
He got out, though.
He's out, and he made his rotate freely over to B. The defense, are they going to get here in time? Yes, Kremp will stop the play, but Joe was tagged a 1 HP mid-connector. Nasty gives up the gunfight.
Great job. That is 2 kills. That is going to slow them down drastically, but Skies is still able to slide it on in and get that capture. Tie game. Slime migrants there from G2. Reset now over at Kabul.
Need to take a small moment here if you're G2, but Envoy's not going to allow you to. Can you call Hellstorm in here to potentially get this thing over the threshold? Nasty and Skies will shut that potential down as they're going to have the numbers defensively to push back Civ as well. Spawn through the middle of the map though. Paris trying to get here to keep that map presence, but Envoy's going to give you a double as an opportunity to grab and go here. Envoy for 3. Last defender will fall. G2 a chance to score here at A, and no one's going to be there. Whoa! A nade from Civ. Not going to be enough. Easy help for G2 to get their 3rd.
And now you are playing at a different pace now if you are the Genomates. The reset over towards rooftops. You're taking a lot of space in towards the garage, but it's Kremp locating 1, and you completely disregard Ghosty. They have all of plat. This could lead to score 4.
Nasty's got the damage out of Ashford, who can
connect onto anyone.
It stops Envoy, but that's not enough for G2 to still be up 2 points. Paris need to find a way to generate an offensive look, and they may find one here. Joe trying to make his way right through couches, able to catch 1. No immediate trade. He's in a really tucked, nice corner. Able to find a second. Sky's able to hold on from the front, but Civ has the last word. No one else going to be here. G2 rotating back over.
Oh, and G2 are spawning in Africa. This is not ideal. We have to wrap back over towards Kabul because Paris are reigning supreme in your spawn. It's a little bit of a panic moment here if you are Paris. Where are they taking this EMP? But Kremp finds that opening kill through Dojo. Now it's Nasty. What can he get done on the pinch? At least finds the first. Now you have the numbers. You got to flood.
Ghosty's going to resort to the pistol, but a nade from Joe keeps things nice and healthy here for Paris. Kremp will drop. 35 seconds. Civ, he's got nowhere to go, and he's no help. Everyone else spawned up top. And now all of a sudden, G2 can kind of just control the map, control the space, and get themselves to a 4th map.
Yeah, watch the OE. You know, the reset is going to be spawning right in front of you. So this is all on Paris, trying to make the big time play. Ghosty with the Semtex, finds the opener. Reset goes down, but as long as you are G2, don't force these gunfights that are unnecessary.
And they're going to find a couple of kills, but there's a response here from Paris. Final 10 seconds. Kremp able to find another. It's just down to what Ghosty can do. Tough shots on the Skies over the top of the heady. Not enough damage to come through. Joe trying to turn and burn to pick up the EMP. Not going to happen. And the first of potentially 3 dens.
Game 5.
All right, let's get it going, baby. Let's get it going. You see the hardpoint records. Paris have elected to not play this map in a while, largely because they've been so successful at it until they met up against Riyadh in the early parts of the qualifiers. Joe's able to find a nice response onto Envoy pushing forward early. Mid-map control still coming through. Those Nasty's got a couple of low health pools in front of him. Wants the battle versus Joe, but it's not so fast. Paris controlling the time.
That's big kills there from Joe. From the hill time, locking down mid-cut. And so far, G2 are just banking on flooding from the backside of the castle. A contest Faze is going to be on. Kremp choosing the right direction, but Joe eventually said, screw this, I'm going to send it. My teammates are going to be able to fill the gaps. The ARs are locking down the long lanes, and there's only 15 seconds left, and not a single player from G2 past that 50-yard line.
Absolutely incredible help for Paris, considering that Eshfordil was not able to help out JoeDeceives because he's on reload. But long route, already developing over towards P2. Lots of time on the first hill for Paris, but they're going to be under pressure here in the rotation to new.
Yeah, now the Genomates know with those 2 players coming off the respawn, there's pressure toward the backside, and it's Kremp making the play. Locates 2, controls the spawns now for his team, and now the Genomates have to break from the front, but it's Ghosty finding a double.
Yep, stuns and nades are all landing, and that's going to be enough for find 3. And you get a player to spawn in the back here. Oh, man, what a blessed spawn that is. Joe able to find the freebie onto Nasty, and that immediately now has Paris pushing up the map through rooftop. Civ only able to get 1 before dropping. Reflip of the spawns, though, because of the aggression, now leads to an opportunity for Kremp to isolate onto Ghosty, and thank you for the free hard point, says G2.
Such a scrappy HP. G2 were thinking, all right, we potentially lock this up for a full 60, and at least on our first break attempt, we make it count. Keeping yourself into the game. You give up those back spawns. You are playing for the pressure. But with only 15 seconds left, Envoy almost able to locate 3. It's going to allow the Genomates to soak up this final 10 unless Kremp has anything to say about it. But now G2 got a race over at New.
3v2 over to New. Heady, though, going to be controlled by Ghosty. JoeDeceives playing in a tight corner. Nades and stuns predicting this rotation from G2 perfectly. They find the first blood. Envoy keeping Tin safe. A little bit of possible collateral damage though in the way as Skies is committed on this route, and there will be a team kill in the mix. But still, G2 able to keep the hard point at least neutral for now. Recut coming through for JoeDeceives. Astro put the damage in from the front, and now Joe can make his action over towards Joe, but he gets shut down. Big play here from G2. Astro low, traded away, back and forth we go. Numbers still not convincing for either side.
Yeah, Paris just had more angles to approach this break opportunity. You got from Cabo, and you also flooding through the middle of the map. All of G2 are just putting their focus through Dojo. And now it's going to potentially come back to bite you because Paris are getting all of this time, and now they have been able to flip these spawns as well. This might be a winning moment. This is a moment that you can turn into a closing series.
We have not had a Mixie Den hardpoint like this in a while. I'm talking like no one's got spawn control, but Paris are manifesting absolute perfection on their reads. Trade starting to come through for G2. Nasty turns the tides and is able to get a couple of spawns over for the Minnesota squad here at Pillars. Look at the route coming through for JoeDeceives. Couple, not 100% sure where the help is on the way from, but here comes that route from Joe. Spawns are already blocked. Ghosty helping through the middle of the map. They're going to overwhelm on the backside of this play, and it's just absolutely perfect.
And it's all due to Sib finding a double. His teammates know, all right, you find 2 kills, I can hit this long route. We had the advantage. Let's play for the spawns to make this so much easier, and now we can create that space. Already breaching that 100-point mark. Sib unfortunately chooses the wrong angle to approach, so G2 find an opening, and now they have the numbers to potentially break on in.
Envoy gives you the opening double. Sky is able to connect onto Ghosty with an 8, and Estro stuck in the corner. Sib able to at least find one. Does he get more than that? A couple of held shots come through. He's still alive, still kicking, pistol out, but Sky shuts that down. Paris still spawning close. No problem trying to recontest this, and it just feels like Paris are living in the mix so much better than G2.
And now with all those kills at the old time, you have some free space to roam through the middle of the map, and you also have mid-cut to go with it. So Astrio, a guy who is never going to give up his life for free, finds one
out of Nasty and Envoy. It's just all the chaos. Paris have found ways to manage much better. Not out of the mix, though, are G2. They have been right here contesting a number of these rotations, a number of these hills. They just have not been able to get their feet underneath them at the spawns. Can that change? Next opportunity through P1. Kremp still keeping alive here with 2, and he's going to try to stay into the hard point, but Ghosties for 1, not able to get the second. G2 able to put down the pressure towards the P2 couches.
With only 25 seconds left, G2 want to get this time, but also don't want to flip these spawns on out. So with the sequence of all 4 dead, Envoy creating that extra space, you know the Genomates are not going to be in the play immediately. Final 15 seconds, long rod starting to develop. You got Ghosty working through mid-cut, and with JoeDeceives also finding that kill with the pressure, you can spawn 2 players out.
Yes, you can. Envoy the first one to spawn out. Sky's the second. Cramp from the front. Gives himself some room to work with. Nasty does a nice job to hold on from the backside through Garage. Spawns will be over towards the overload point here, though, for Paris. Play through couches. Going to be contested by Cramp. Nasty once again keeps that garage play safe. But yes, you've got a huge pinch being developed here by Paris. And look, Sky's turns to try to help out from the front. Sib's able to find 1. Kremp has to try to create the Faze on his own, and he gets himself a double. G2 able to spawn close.
Yeah, the spawns flip. So now it's all on Estria, it's all on Sib, try to hold this down, stall time for the teammates to get back into the mix, but everyone on the side of G2 flooding with these NPCs. The Dark Prince almost lines up 3, but it's so much pressure from the Genomates. Right weapon for the occasion, still holding on potentially for the final 20.
Joe off the regen, Sib now going to take his reprieve. Joe shut down though. Estriel still mixing it up. Sib not able to get back to full HP. Estriel trying to find the last 1v1 for the scrap time. It wins it on to Nasty. That is some pretty significant scrap time right there. I know it feels early, but that will force Skies to contest. He will win that gunfight at ult, but Sib's already here with some help at new.
Yeah, it's a 2v2 off this rotation. Stuns are able to connect, so you might have an advantage if we don't win any of those gunfights. This was the hard point that put you in the deep hole, and it might be the answer to the reason why you lose this map. We need to find a very quick break. These long routes need to work.
And look at Joe. He's so aware that until there's a develop from the front, he can just step back and Joe's going to force the team kill and get the second. Sib now on the other side. He wants blood. He's trying to stagger out these spawns, holds down the triggers, able to find Nasty, but the trade is through. Astro in a little bit of trouble, has to keep his life. Help from Paris is coming through by Dojo, but Envoy gives you 2.
Yeah, they gotta go. They desperately need to get Paris out of this time. But you do have one player, Nasty, who was able to hit a route, but he's only able to get 1. And now it all falls into the hands of Kremp. You're gonna forfeit this final 15 potentially because you still have Joe winning gunfight after gunfight. But Kremp, do you choose the right corner? Do you choose the right time to stand up? You don't. And now Paris up by 100 with P4 in the back pocket.
Looking like it could be a closeout coming up soon. G2 just have not been able to win a spawn setup.
Oh,
the hill,
my!
Sin is pop and take. 25 and 17. Another double Estrel shut down from the front. G2 can try to break from roofs.
They need to go, man. They already breached the 200-point mark. Their tournament lives are on the line. The revenge tour is not going to be complete here for Envoy. Ghosty on 5 in a row. Hellstorm about to be earned. He knows he only needs a slither more to pick that one up. But there's so many layers. There's so many gunfights going down. And it's Paris coming out on top in the majority of them.
Sib gives you the last kill on this hard point, potentially. G2, you have to challenge. You just have to find some sort of a way to manifest a comeback here. But 228 to 91, not looking good. Rotation win for JoeDeceives over towards New.
And with the leader's advantage, you can just cut your losses. You can take the final 15. We'll set up at the New HP. P1 has treated Paris Gentlemates so well all throughout this match. Only need another 22 seconds to make it to Championship Sunday of their own tournament. And Ghosty, this is where you pop the Hellstorm.
The crowd willing it in. Hardpoint stays open, Nasty will drop. 228-106. Nades following up. Crampant skies though, keeping things alive for G2. Not the, but it's getting dire. You need to find a rotation win here now.
They desperately need to find a rotation, but they also cannot allow Paris to get this hardpoint time. So the sling has to be at its best if you want to try to stay alive here. The contest fest is not going to be good enough because this is ideal if you are the Gentlemates, but you're still in control of the spawns. But now you're going to make it mixy. Long route still being hit, don't lead to anything in Paris. Now just need to slow it down.
Hardpoint's not opening up. Paris do get 3 players that can contest this rotation to 2. Joe for the first, shut down by Envoy. Now you've got Ghosty trying to play the hard block. He needs to stay alive here, and he's not going to be able to. Not for long, you would think. Tag down, regen on the way. Ghosty almost able to do it himself, but now the hit from the front is the next thing up.
Yeah, now we need to make sure we're hard blocking. Don't give these guys an opportunity with a pinch spawn. Potentially call game here on the P2. You know, all of the Gentlemates are going to be flooding through the front. Joe's trying to get it done now.
Doing it all himself. On the backside corner, almost able to find another one, but Ghosty trying to follow one up, but G2 are staying a lot, if only barely. I mean, there's still, that have to be one of the more dramatic comebacks we've seen so far. And now Paris have numbers from the front. Able to shut down Envoy, last one left alive in the back. He's not gonna be able to find too much. Joe not able to find the final on the skies, who's still alive for a time, but Estrel gets the kill. Last 10 seconds, Paris trying to get to a top 4 in a championship Sunday, and Sim finds the final kill to potentially do just that. Last 5 seconds, Sim able to find the cross on the skies. Is anyone giving the touch at time? It doesn't look like it, no!
There is no revenge today for Envoy. The Gentlemates come out looking like a different beast. They needed their search and destroy, but they built this roster to be dominant in the respawns. Too much firepower, too much to handle, and the Gentlemates make it to Championship Sunday at their home tournament.
What a run it's been. What a run it's been. I mean, and I get it. It's versus Miami, it's versus G2. 2 squads that are coming off of recent changes. But when I tell you that both those 2 teams...
G2 off guard. That game flow is utter dominance from the hometown team, and the hometown crowd is letting them hear it.
It's just, that map right there is going to be one that G2 is going to be sitting here like, I feel like we're in the right spots, but we just could not get the spawns. And I like that you harken back to the very beginning.
Wow. It's been a wild day for you, and for you especially thinking about this series, G2, you used to stand next to them a while ago. How was it defeating them today especially?
Honestly, this series was a little different. Obviously, I played with those guys basically the whole year, but honestly, I expected a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, those are my guys though, but honestly, they didn't show up how I thought they would, but GG's to them though. Those are my guys, man.
Les mots durs, mais les mots justes, puisqu'il était un teammate de G2 il y a quelques temps. Il a passé pas mal de temps avec eux, il les connaît bien. Il dit qu'il s'attendait à mieux, qu'ils n'ont pas vraiment show up aujourd'hui. and I think it's fair. I think it's fair, honestly. You guys have been ramping up through the lower brackets, playing back-to-back games today with this incredible atmosphere. How tired are you right now? Or is it actually boosting you more?
Nah, I mean, they're keeping us up. Like, they're in the crowd keeping us alive. And honestly, we just want to do this for y'all. Like, we just want to do it, like, the support y'all been showing. Like, how can we get tired? Like, we're trying to give it our all, and we're here now on the Sunday. So thank you for everything. Y'all are the best. Like,
Malgré une run qui est difficile où chaque game pourrait être la dernière, ils ont joué back-to-back aujourd'hui et c'est vous qui les avez tenus éveillés, c'est vous qui leur donnez de la force une fois de plus et qui leur permettez de se qualifier pour demain et Championship Sunday. Tell me about this experience, Estriel, playing in Paris, playing in front of this amazing crowd. What have you enjoyed the most from these guys, these amazing guys?
like, every time we get a crazy kill, like, I hear it, so I know the other team hears it. They were like, whoa, like, my boy just got turned on. Like, they don't know, like, y'all are the best. Yeah, y'all are applying the pressure, and y'all making it easy for us. So, thank you. Y'all are the best crowd I've ever seen. So, I appreciate all y'all. Thank you.
Et il mérite que vous lui donniez de la force et continuez de le faire jusqu'à demain. Une fois de plus pour Estriel, s'il vous plaît. La Défense Arena. Thank you so much for joining me today. Congrats on taking them down. That's all for us here. We are going to send it back to the desk, but before that, let's send it over to the Scuff play of the game. Catch you later.